Hello everyone and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings, the YouTube edition. So I hope that everybody is here in chat. I hope you're ready and everything. Yeah, meet with cabbage. It was yourself. And I suppose you could also say that was order some lunch. So, we'll just give this a... Nuju approaches. We will be approaching one of these 5 options. Does anyone have a preference right now? We have already met with Anna once. She is impressed. We have also met with Forum, I believe. He's just in good standing. Which means that we have not yet even met with Remy, Bryce, or, well, ordered some lunch yet. I'll be honest, Justin, I suddenly don't know what to say to that. I'm just curious, is Twin Peaks in the chat? Oh yeah, that's right. She did leave the phone call. Yeah, so we do have the one, I don't even know if that would be a request right now. 2 on Anna. Alright. And 1 on Bryce. I do want to give it just a second right now. Sorry. We could meet with Bryce after Anna, too, for that matter. Alright, let's just head on to Anna. Yeah, go get some lunch after. Indeed. And just on time. Now, where is she? Hello? What's this? Looks like a message. Something came up at the last second. Wait for me. It shouldn't be too long. Anna. I guess at the last second is meant in a literal sense here, or else she would have just called me. Guess we're playing the waiting game then. Okay, it's been like an hour and my patience is slowly but surely running out. We don't have impressed status with Laura, just as a note. Yeah, it seems like, as of right now, the entire consensus after Anna is between Lorem, Bryce, and Adine. Just the entire right 60%. Oh yeah, I did forget to ask, I suppose. Do we wait or go home? Yeah, wait? I almost said go home. Whoops. I've been doing pretty good. Wait? Alright. We'll wait. I've already waited this long, so I can wait a little longer. I've been working on my English. That should be wrapping up in about a month, so I basically have another essay to keep me extremely busy and hopefully not late again. That's basically it. Not sure who the world record holder for most patient person is, but I now feel like a contender. Still no sign of her though. Do we go home, do we continue to wait, or do we try to get into her lab? I also forgot to ask, is the audio levels fine? Well, you can make that choice, Shadow. Okay, 2 for weight, I suppose. We seem to be missing a Justin now, and I think we should also be seeing a twin. Somewhere, I guess. So wait for now, and Justin, since it is you and Shadow for the most part, I'm guessing, unless Twin says anything, it's gonna be you two. You're gonna have to say something. I'm still gonna have to poke you. Well, if she doesn't show up soon, I'm done. And that was wait, by the way. There you are. Where have you been all this time? Reading comprehension. Must not be your strong suit, because my note clearly said I'd be back soon. Note to self, the word soon now refers to a time span of over 2 hours when waiting for a scheduled appointment. Has it really been that long? It certainly didn't feel like it. Alright, sorry for making you wait. Alright, I just feel the urge to ask you, Justin. What's the choice? You better be let's just go, or losing track of time happens to the best of us. You have one for losing track of time. That does remind me, just for speed's sake or the act of bones and stuff, if you do want to just hit like 1, 2, or 3, you know, I can count. Alright, so losing track of time for basically everyone. It happens to me all the time. I guess we missed our movie. Can't we see the late screening or something? That was the late screening. The theater's closed now. Maybe we should reschedule. That won't work, at least not for me. Today was the only day I could leave early. I won't have another chance anytime soon. So what do we do now? Maybe the coffee place is still open. I don't know. I guess that's better than nothing. So Shadow, I don't believe you have been here for... Well, I don't think you know anything about the Angels with Scaly Wings, for that matter. Rose as well. That's just peachy. Why do you keep working so late anyways? Because what I'm doing is important. I understand, wanting to see things through to completion. How long have you been working on your current project? Not long enough to finish it. That's not good. You're going to burn yourself out. So what? Is your work really worth jeopardizing your health over? You're not going to help anyone if you're dead. If I don't finish this, no one else will. No one else can. Yeah, that's true. I could actually tell you what's going on, but as Grant actually reminded me, we will actually be going through this again. About 12 times? Yeah, 12 times. If I don't finish this, no one else will, no one else can. Besides, I was only late today because I got your stupid blood work ready. You have the test results? Yeah, want to know what I have to say about them? Definitely. Okay, how much do you know about genetics? A little bit, I guess. Don't worry, I'll put it into words that are easy for you to understand. To start off, I found that on average about 90% of your genes are homologous. I'm not a biologist, I don't know how to pronounce that. To our species genes. That may seem like a lot, but to put it into perspective, about 50% of your DNA is also shared with fruit. To further elaborate, you and your human neighbor back home are probably around 99.9% genetically similar. If we compare the various sentient species we have here to each other, that would probably be around 95 to 97% similar. As for what exactly all of this tells us, although a match of 90% sounds like a lot, it's not as much as you might think. Still, for two beings from a different world altogether, that's quite remarkable. Beyond DNA, the biggest similarity between us is within the brain structure. That's not surprising considering our high-level cognitive abilities. That'll surprise Maverick. What do you mean? He doesn't seem to like humans very much. I'm sure he'll be displeased to know how similar we are. Oh, he doesn't like anyone, really. He's just like me in that way. Yeah, you two would make a great couple. You're a little late for that. I'm already his ex-girlfriend. Really? How did that go? Not how you might think. It actually went pretty well. For a while, at least. But in the end, we got too absorbed into our jobs until we realized that we had drifted apart too much, and agreed it would be better if we just broke up. I still respect him for the work he does. I mean, we even used to solve crimes together. I'd be in the lab running tests, and he'd be out in the field chasing after that perp. Those were good times. I guess nowadays he chases after me. What? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But if you know him, maybe you can help me out. I certainly can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on. Okay, but this is just between us, alright? Sure, whatever. Maverick is convinced that I'm the accomplice of a crime. He made a point to tell me that he's searching for proof to legally arrest me, or worse. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Really? It's nothing. He can't find any proof that doesn't exist. Still, it doesn't feel nice to be threatened and stalked, especially by someone like him. That's just him. He gets way too into it once he sets his sights on something. I noticed. Justin. Are those Spyro's cookies you're talking about? It's his job. What do you expect? I wish he'd just leave me alone. He wasn't always like this, you know. A couple of years ago, he was assigned to this one case. He was still relatively new on the force, young and eager to help. Then reality came crashing down on him. It was a serial killer who shook up the whole town. The victims were apparently eaten. We later found out that the killer's actions were the result of a degenerative disease, which brought his feral nature to the foreground. At that point, he was just a wild animal, turned into a cannibal that hunted under the shadow of night. Everyone in town was up in arms, terrified that they'd be next. The police did everything they could. A curfew was instated and patrols guarded the street at night. Then they found him munching on his fifth victim. Poor little Maverick was not prepared for what he would find. Stand back, Maverick, I'll handle this. Miles? It was his brother. Step away from the body, Miles. Miles couldn't comprehend their words, and only saw rivals who wanted to take away his prey. And he wasn't about to let go of it without a fight. I just love that growl sound effect, it is so effective. Miles raised his head from his kill, blood dripping from his mouth. The officer's breaths were smothered by the deathly stillness of the room. Fangs bared, the feral dragon snarled and stood strong in front of his wheel, prepared to protect it from the two who would intrude upon his territory. Whatever this is, Miles, it's over. Don't make it worse now. In an instant, Miles was upon Bryce. They clashed in a flurry of teeth and claws. Miles had the advantage with his small frame and quick movements, and Bryce could not get a clear hit in. It all happened so fast that Maverick didn't know what to do. They rolled on the ground, and Bryce ended up on his back, as helpless as a turtle. Miles pinned him and clamped his jaws into his neck. On his neck. Bryce's claws were the only thing preventing Miles from biting down, and they were slipping, slick with the blood and quivering with fatigue, as he tried to push him off. For a brief moment, Bryce thought he'd meet his end, when the jaws suddenly relaxed and he was able to dislodge them. When he looked up, he saw that Maverick had managed to get to Miles from behind. He bit through his brother's neck from above. Blood flowed down Maverick's jaws and over Miles' lifeless body. Bryce had been saved, but the young dragon wore a wide-eyed, empty stare. Maverick blamed himself for not taking better care of his brother. He knew Miles had problems and was taking medication for it, but he wished he could have done more to help him. The medication wasn't the right one, by the way. Maverick takes solace in the fact that he was able to save Bryce, but he's never been the same since that incident. Now he scrutinizes everyone and everything. I'm not sure if that's supposed to help me. It doesn't, but now you know why he is how he is. It's not unusual for him to act like this, so you might just have to wait it out. Anyways, let's get back to your test results. Since you were so interested, did you want a copy of them? Yeah, I'd appreciate that. No problem. I heard you also wanted Rez's blood. Of course, I invited him over too, but that was before you arrived. And I thought what we had was special. Oh, it is. Rez was too stuck up to agree to anything. He wouldn't even participate in an exhilarating round of trivia board games? Not even that. Can you believe it? I can almost see the sarcasm dripping from your mouth. Still, it's kind of a shame. It would have been interesting to compare your blood to his. But a shame indeed. Let's just enjoy our romantic date in the back alley of the coffee shop. Of course. Unless you want to take us someplace else. What, you don't like hanging around dirty back alleys? I do just want to mention that it is actually a shame that we have not been to, what was it? Tattoo Park, that's the case. Because you actually can pick up some dirt and say, your back alley dirt has nothing compared to my government-funded back alley dirt. So, would you prefer someplace inside, everyone? Would you prefer someplace less dirty? Or, actually, you do. Let me just, This is her question. You don't like hanging around dirty back alleys. We have one for less dirty. I'm gonna have to poke you, Justin, I suppose. You were Shadow Genesis. Alright, I'll roll some dice to help you out there, Jason. Shadow. Jason all the same, I suppose. She is a lab worker, and I suppose you don't actually know her history yet. We've only been on the one date so far. That was... We met with Remy. He was telling her something, you better be careful. She was just being stubborn, said just to back off, I can take care of myself. Suddenly she had an instant coffee break, even though she was working overtime and so busy. So we went over to the cafe with the dean and played a game of trivia. We tied her because it was a kid's game and she's a freaking biologist after all. So the bet was to come in for some blood tests if we lost and date if we won. Well, it's a tie, so we got both. Anyways, for you, Shadow, my dice say 2. She is a lab worker, a biologist specifically. First option would be nice, second option would be just as good as the first. Right, so someplace less dirty. I guess that's a valid point. You could always go back to your lab. And do you have you hanging around sensitive lab equipment? Denied. I'm getting kinda hungry. I figured we'd have a meal on our date. What, can't you go a few hours without having to stuff your face? I could offer you a handful of dirt if it's to your taste, cabbage. Yeah, I'm really sad that we did not have that soup part here right now. So, is that gross, or I'll pass? Grant wants to pass. I'm just curious if Twin Peaks is in the... Okay, so that's 2 for I'll pass. I'm just wondering if Twin Peaks is actually in the chat right now. I'm afraid that's all we have on the menu. Unless... Well, I know one place that never closes. Let's go there. Sure. After several minutes of walking, Anne led me to the outskirts of town. We arrived at a farmhouse. On one side, fields stretched towards the horizon, and on the other were lush green hills with dense populations of animals. What kind of restaurant is this supposed to be? Self-serve. I seriously doubt that. You're a bad girl, Anna, or I'm no filthy thief, I'm out of here. That's fair enough, Grant. That's literally what I'm doing right now, because I'm literally asking the chat which option. So, Justin, I'm just gonna poke you real quick, and Twin Peaks, if you're here, what is your choice, I suppose? I can only assume that you're here. I'd like you to be here. As for Shadow, I kind of have an idea of what you might be interested in, and you might be actually interested in suggesting you're a bad girl. Yeah, fair enough. That's basically also why Justin is around to poke him. No one's around, just poke him. Yeah, fair enough. You can give it a few moments. Until then, we could just Grant, you could even just give your answer if you want. Here, let me help out with that. Alright, we have one for number 2 there. Yeah, I will let you on a little secret if you were actually playing Jason. If you go to, say, you're no filthy thief, I'm out of here by accident, whatever, and, you know, oops, you have the wrong option, you can just head back. So, here we are. This only works for one thing of the text. And the reason I actually went back to text is because my mouse scroll is kind of wonky. Put this back. Hit back. You use the mouse scroll up and down to go back and all, as you can see. So you can go back a ways, and you can go ahead a ways. And we don't want to go that far because we did not get the thief so far. Yeah, it is, I think you can keep going, picking choices, and then you can mouse wheel back and pick your other choice. I don't think there is a keyboard shortcut, is there? I would have to take a look at that. Alright, so no one but Shadow and Grant are actually in the chat right now, so is it everyone? Oh yeah, Space Advance, looks like that it's only the mouse wheel, wait, page up, page down. Oh, thank you! Page up and down, because my mouse wheel is just so wonky. Alright, thanks Grant. So, everyone is suggesting You're a Bad Girl, those who are here. I know. Well, how well can you hunt? Me? Even if I knew how, it's not like I have any equipment here. Equipment? What does this seem? You've got hands and teeth, what more do you need? A long-range weapon, maybe? Like fire? I suppose even you could make use of that. Alright, since I'm apparently the only one capable of acquiring food, I'll be right back. And I walked over to the fence enclosure of animals that reminded me of sheep. She crouched and squeezed herself through the bars, after which I lost sight of her. Waiting game 2.0, start. It took only a couple of minutes for her to return, dragging one of the animals behind her, with her now bloodied jaws and hands. Dinner's ready. What kind of animal is this? It's called a mouflon. Anyway, do you have a part you prefer? See how nice I am? I'm even letting you choose first. Alright, do we want the offal, the rump, anything, or not hungry anymore? Yes, cabbage with the now killed prey and the naughty Anna. Let's see, you're finally here, Justin. Again. Hey, you've been here the entire time, Justin, but you refuse to answer for the last scene. Well, choice, I suppose. Do you want the offal, the rump, anything? Not hungry anymore? Rump and Offal. Yeah, it's fine, Shadow. And there are few consequences, but it is open to the chat, so even if you are unsure but you want to pick something, just hit like a random number. Use true random or something. So we have 2 for the Offal, 1 for the Rump. Oh, that's why you didn't say anything, Justin. You were too busy laughing. Oh, okay. Alright, so 2 for the Offal. Alright, good choice. Wait, it was the Offal, right? Rump, yeah, Offal. Using one of her claws, she skinned the dead Wolflon and divided it into various pieces. You want yours grilled or raw? Grilled. Unless prepared properly, raw meat carries a significant risk of disease for us. How inept can your species be? You can't hunt on your own, and you need tools to help you at every step. You don't even have claws to cut things up. I'm not sure how you could ever survive in the wild. Seriously, what god did you piss off to end up like that? Evolution? None. Humans were made in God's image, or I don't know. Personally, my choice, literally personally, is you will be in God's image. But hey, your choice. Which one is it? One for no idea. Grant? Justin? I have to bring up the text again, Justin? Literally exposed. Do you want to pick the number 2 then, Grant? That's fine. I could assume that that is your choice, unless you want to PM me or something. Alright, well everyone is actually suggesting for humans were made in God's image. Do you really believe that? Why, yes I do. I do. How cute. I guess that's one way to make yourself feel superior to other species. She opened her maw wide before a liquid shot from both corners of her mouth, and onto the ground below the parts for the Wolflon she had prepared. After a few seconds, the liquid burst into flame, heating up our dinner. That's a neat trick. I bet you wish you could do that, huh? I'm not a monster, or that'd be wicked cool, or that'd be cool. Justin, Shadow, Twin if you're here, anyone else who's kind of viewing in the background? Anyone at all? The Void? Oh yeah, if I am skipping words or whatever, that is my fault. I'm sorry. There are things where I've seen. I don't know how legitimate it is, but it's the idea of just having like sacks just inside of the mouth where you have liquid, whatever fuel of one thing and the other, so the combination after you spit ignites fire. Everyone thinks that would be cool, right? Comes in handy. How does that work anyways? Do you ever burn your mouth? Not at all. There are actually 2 different components. Oh, what I was just saying, went better. You only catch fire when sufficient quantity of both is present. Exactly what I just finished saying. 2 different sacks in the mouth, no doubt. Interesting. Oh, screenshot time. Spyro was lucky. The flames weakened and grew smaller until they went out, revealing steamy, appetizing pieces of meat. Help yourself. I grabbed a piece, but dropped it as soon as I felt the heat on my fingertips. Ouch, that's still hot. Can't take a little heat, huh? That's too bad. Unaffected by its temperature, she took a piece of meat into her hand, tore a chunk out of it, and with her teeth, and started chewing. Oh yeah, Spyro. Cinder. Guess your scales are good as insulator. A good insulator, sorry. Evidently so. How does it taste? Just wonderful. Stolen goods always taste best. I can already picture the old farmer reduce to tears after he discovers one of his precious mouflons is gone. Is Anna a wild one? Seriously knock it off? Or what a shame. I think YouTube is in love with Anna right now. We have one for wild. Two for wild. At this point, I'm just gonna assume that Justin also wants wild. Yeah, that's right. 2/3. Everyone suggests wild. It's basically 3 out of 3 so far. Thanks, I could teach you a thing or two. I think it should be cool enough for your sensitive fingers now. Little fingers now, sorry. Carefully I grabbed one of the pieces, which by now, sorry, it had indeed cooled down enough not to burn me anymore and took a bite. Yeah, my first time, because I actually forgot Anna's personality by the 3rd date, I actually really tipped her off. But yeah, she is... I'm pretty sure you would like her, Shadow. It was a little bland, I had to admit, but not bad for something that was alive less than an hour ago, and prepared in the wild. Yeah, it took me a while because I kept just teasing Anna, and then she's just face palming all the time. So it's just, oh yeah, oops. I actually went up to some sort of wiki, I think, and just confirmed it. Oh yeah, because I'm just teasing her instead of being a biologist. How do you like your mouflon a la Anna? It could use a few spices, it's not bad, or I feel like a wild animal. Wild. Wild again. Shadow, what's your thing? I would have to ask Justin as well, and yet 2 for wild. Yeah, I'm just not even gonna ask Justin if this keeps up. We don't need Justin anymore. Sorry, Justin. Quite different from sitting in an expensive restaurant and using their fancy cutlery and napkins, isn't it? Yeah, wild again. Alright. 3 out of 3 so far. Yeah, I likes it. How often do you just go out and hunt on your own? Only when necessary, or when I feel like it. I still go to fancy restaurants because I can afford it, but they don't mean much to me. For me, it's all about the experience, and one isn't necessarily better than the other. I can see your point, this was unusual but fun, or I would have preferred the fancy restaurant. I think I know what everyone is going to pick. This was unusual but fun, wasn't it? Yeah, there's already one for fun, another for fun. I can see your point. This certainly isn't how I thought this evening would go, but it was pretty fun. Well, let's just test that real quick. Okay, let's just save here. quick. Then we might as well load just to see actually what her reaction is. What? Really? You are a wild one. Feel like a wild animal, and go to the fancy restaurant. I can see why you're not totally lost in the wild. You need everything to be done for you by an army of lackeys and cooks. Okay. Let's head back over here. Anyways, I'm stumped. Me too. There's still plenty left over. What are we gonna do with it all? We can just leave it here. Hey, maybe the old farmer will help himself to it. How nice of us to leave some for him. Won't this attract predators or something? Or talk about recycling? To be fair, Shadow, you have not actually seen Anna this time. We actually have one for recycling. We have another for generosity. That'd be how nice of us. Considering her personality, if you want to impress her, well, best chance of impressing her, I suppose, it would probably be the first one. But for your case, Shadow, the dice actually do also say one, so alright. So, there was sort of split between these, the first one, and also the third one. Huh. Yeah, in D&D terms, she would be chaotic neutral, wouldn't she? Alright. Maybe chaotic good, mostly chaotic neutral, I think. Alright, so, how nice of us to leave some for him? Yeah, you should pay me for cooking him such a nice meal. We should probably leave before that senile has-been wakes up from his evening nap. Yeah, let's go. Well, that was interesting. Wait a minute, I've got something for you. Here you go, your test results. Black on white. Thanks, but did you really need to spend all that extra time getting this done today? I just wanted to get it over with when I had the chance. Maybe you should start thinking about not working so late on a regular basis. It might do you some good, Anna. You know, I think you have a point to it. I haven't been feeling like myself lately. There are various reasons for that, but too much work might be one. Today was kind of fun, so maybe I should make the effort to get out every once in a while. Speaking of which, now that our date is officially over, we should talk about your end of the deal. Of course. There's an opening soon where I can fit you in. I'll call you with all the details. I shall be looking forward to that. Alright, I am impressed. When I actually first did that scene, I guess I was more neutral, good or so. And it was basically just, oh yeah, no, but today was just, oh yeah, I guess I see your point. No, Anna is not friend zone with us. She has to be impressed. Yeah, she is impressed. Nothing going on today. Guess I can do whatever. Alright, do we want to continue... Sorry, not continue. Alright, do we want to meet with Remy? Do we want to meet with Laura? Bryce? Lunch? I think there was a bit of a mix between all three of these. Or we can spend the day reading. And just for your reference again, we have Remy over here, the white. Anna's impressed. Lunch. We have Laura, my best friend, basically. We have Bryce, we have not met him yet, or Anna. Pretend reading doesn't exist. Just as a clarification, by the way, ordering some lunch is to meet with the dean. Run it back. Okay, you guys just... YouTube just likes these two, apparently. Shadow. Just as a reference, spending the day reading is to just forget the rest. That is literally what it is. Alright, so we have sort of one or two for Lorem, and Shadow kind of wanted lunch but wants to read. So that does, I guess, put the majority to Lorem, I guess. Alright, so it's kind of a split now between Lorem and Adine. Anything but reading, yeah. Alright. I just have this text real quick in case anyone wants to say anything else. But the dice have already spoken otherwise. Suffer reading. I have actually done that, actually. Is coming up on the end of the 4th chapter, and I think Adine was either good or impressed. And then I ended up talking with Lorem at the time, and we ordered pizza. She brought the pizza, Lorem just comes back to the couch and he's, "Hey, yeah, Adine delivered the pizza. She seemed to be surprised that I was here with you." The ancient lore. There is actually a lot of lore back in the prologue. The repeatable prologue, that is. Alright, so we are ordering some lunch. I remember that Adine had told me that the cafe did deliveries as well, and not having anything else better to do. Did I read that right? And not having anything else better... Okay, I phrased that wrong. I figured I should try it out. I made my order with a quick phone call, and it wasn't long before the doorbell rang. Yeah, she was surprised that Lorem was there. Yeah, it was just the dice. It was kind of a split between Lorem and Adine exactly, so I rolled the dice. Alright, so that was quick. And I suppose this is the most famous scene of Angels with Scaly Wings. It just so happened that Adine herself stood in the doorway, dripping wet with damp containers in her grip. Now I just have to ask, who actually feels bad for Adine with that? Oh, it's you again. I thought we were over this. At least you didn't reduce me to my species anymore. Likewise, for Hay. We have one for Hay, one for Spider-Verse. I have not actually seen that movie, to be fair. Oh, okay. So you have two for Hay, I suppose. Justin is... I don't even know what he's saying right now. Hey! Here's your order. Sorry it got a little wet, but it should still be okay. What happened to you? Did you fall into a river or something? You're soaked. Why don't you come in? Or, well, thanks for the food. Second option, you're soaked. Okay, 2 for that. I guess I won't even have to ask Grant for that. Yep. Come on in. Thanks, I was just about to ask you if I could stay for a little while. This is actually my last delivery for the day, and I live on the other side of town. Of course, I couldn't let you fly back when it's this ugly outside. Feel right at home. I better eat this before it gets cold. I sat down at the table and started eating my food while Adine decides to take a seat opposite of myself. The best option from now. Alright, that's fine, Grant. I might not entirely be sure myself, so sure, if you know the best option, I would like to hear. Do you like? Yeah, I ordered something. I knew that I'd actually like this time. I didn't want to make the same mistake I did earlier today. Wait, earlier today? That was, wow, that was a long time ago, way back in the prologue with the cafe. That must have been days ago. That was the daily special dish. Needs a taste, acquired taste, that's what it was. Do you have something similar where you come from? We do. As a matter of fact, it's almost scary how close it is to what we have back home. Really? Maybe we all just share a similar taste. Maybe? Maybe there's more to it than that? Or maybe, but I don't care. Was it chapter? I guess the prologue is the one that you can read then. Yeah, that's right, so it will be chapter 1. Thanks, Grant. Alright, so maybe there's more to it than that. We have one request for that. Sure thing. Oh no, that's not an option. Unless Grant is saying maybe there's more to it than that. Justin, Grant, anyone else? Alright, so more to it than that? What do you mean? Well, don't you trace your origins back to humans in some way? I know what kind of reputation we have in your culture. That is true. Let me ask you this. Where did you think the portal you came from, Let me ask you this. Where do you think the portal you found came from? Who built it? Humans did it, of course. Exactly. If you believe humans had something to do with an artifact you created, who knows how many years ago, it wouldn't be a stretch to think that they could have also influenced you in other ways. Even something as simple as this dish? I likes that idea. Shadow. Alright, thanks Grant. I'll keep that in mind. So what do you do when you aren't working in the restaurant? Do you have a family? Well, most of the time I take care of my kids. Oh, nice. How many children do you have? They aren't really my children per se, I just take care of them. You are more of a foster parent then? Not quite. These are orphan children I'm talking about. I just volunteered to spend some time with them, so I'm really more of a babysitter and a teacher all in one. Alright, Grant. Yes, the worst option, which will be for the second story. I really don't want to say any more than that, and I kinda do, so if you're interested, Grant, I'll tell you what my relatively short-term plan is in Discord later. Speaking of, if anyone is interested in chatting, hanging out, whatever, the link to our Discord server is in the description. I can't really take them in and care for them 24/7 like a proper parent would. I'd love to, but I work far too much to be a single parent. The amount of time I spend at the restaurant, I don't think the kids would be any better off, so I just help out whenever I can. That's very nice of you. Thanks. These kids already didn't get a very good hand in life. I just thought that if I can make even a small difference for them, it'd be worth it. I see. What about hobbies? Do you have any? Hang on. Yeah, that is just a generic spray, but, I can't say any more, Justin. I seriously can't say anything more. Can I ask a question for a change? Sure. No. Or, well, can you ask a question? That's like literally the teacher's thing from primary schools. Can I go to the bathroom? Well, I don't know. Can you go to the bathroom? So we have one for sure. Is Grant fine with that? Justin? Now I'm curious, Grant, was this in any way to how I stated, can you go to the bathroom? Can you ask a question? Alright, no problem, Justin. We have another for sure though, so I'm sorry, Grant. But I'm just curious now, I have to actually see this reaction. You're silly, I like that, okay. Sorry, but everyone hit sure, alright. I don't really know much about you, actually, but I'm not sure if there is anyone here who does. What would you like to know? What did you do before you came here? Nothing special. Avoid the question by making a bad pun, or that's classified. And I'm curious by the bad pun. I have not actually done that yet myself. Nothing special. Justin is AFK, I suppose. Grant, do you have an opinion? Okay, nothing special. Really, nothing special really. I have my degrees, but this is the first time I did something that was actually related to them. The work I did previously was just to keep afloat. I know what you mean. I suppose it's my turn again, so tell me about your hobbies. The one I enjoy the most is probably flying. Just flying? Well, not just flying. I do aerobatics, or stunt flying. I've been doing that on and off for a couple of years now. You must be overqualified for a delivery flyer in history. Sorry, I read that wrong. You must be the most qualified delivery flyer in history then. That's cool, but also a pretty useless hobby, or what's that? Well, I'll take that as the first one, I guess, Shadow. It probably is the worst one, Shadow. I would probably agree. So, you must be overqualified. Actually, that might not be so far from the truth. I'm actually hoping to be part of a competition in some time. So you can do all that, but a little rain is too much? Are you that good? Or, awesome! Where can I watch? We have one for awesome. Okay. I suppose that depends on whether you'll still be here to watch in the first place. It's part of a festival we hold in this town every year. Okay, since it's my turn again, well... This might be an unusual question, so when they said it was a human that would be coming here, I kind of expected something a little different. That's not really a question. Or, well, what did you expect? Or, I know. Was that a typo there, Shadow? What did he expect? Maybe you should propose... purposefully suggest the worst option. It is a she, yeah. Anna and Nadine are she's, and Bryce and Remy are he's. Save your options for the second playthrough, Grant. That's my advice. So what was it? What did she expect? Alright, so... Oop, wrong one. What did you expect? I'm not sure exactly, but they do say that it was humans that made us who we are today. You don't seem so different from us, though. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, you do look different from us, but you're not really anything like some of the things that have been said about your kind. I could say the same thing about you. Yes, if you are curious about the plan, I can tell you in Discord PM later, and I suppose I will even just PM you later to ask if you're interested in the said thing. So let me just put it this way, there is a plan for the first few runs through. Excuse me. So what did she say? I could say the same thing. Really? Yeah, we have plenty of myths about dragons. Like what? There are too many to list. Dragons are greedy, man-eating monsters, or dragons are noble creatures. And I could also say something else between me and Shadow as a joke. Yes, I don't think I could say that on stream though. So what is the option? What is the request, I should say? Yes, the first two, and I suppose in a way all three are true, because there are too many to list, and half the legends are they're greedy man-eating monsters, and the other half are noble creatures and the like. We have one for the third, and I'm going to assume Grant is okay with that. They are often cited as a symbol of power and strength, but also one of wisdom, possessing an intellect that has no equal. They are noble creatures, and their depictions enjoy an almost universal appeal. Sorry, Grant. I just assumed that you were going to pick what Shadow said. I could get used to that, though it would be even nicer if it were all true. Yeah, that's true, Shadow. I guess it is also just like a depiction of something unknown, and then medieval people are, a dragon! It's gonna eat us all, kill us, run, run! And Skyrim and whatever. To be honest, I don't know if it's such a good idea to generalize them like that. Even if it's good things that you're saying about us, we're all different, you know. And not all of us are nice. I see. But then, we have said many good things about your kind too. Well, no matter what you might think about humans, I can assure you that I am in no way special or supernatural. I disagree with that. Why? You say that you aren't special, but just the fact that you're here with us right now is quite special to me and many others. Just try to see it the other way around. You know, you have a good point. What were you thinking when you first heard about this? Well guys, when we first heard about angels with scaly wings, what were you thinking? You thought it was a joke, you were unsure, or you thought it was awesome? You thought it was awesome? Grant, I'm gonna give you time to respond. Justin was unsure, okay, it's divided response right now. I suppose in a way I was actually unsure myself when I first saw this on Steam or something. Been on my wishlist for a long time. Alright, I can flip a coin, no problem. Didn't mean to lose that. Alright, tails. True neutral, alright, so Grant, if your flipping the coin was to agree with Justin or Shadow, that would be you are unsure. To be fair, that was also literally how I was going to solve any dispute of half and half. Just flip a coin. I rolled a 1 on a d4, so that's basically a 1. Or tails, however you want to put it. One of these days, I should actually get my dice up for this specific stream. So I'm not actually rolling dice on my phone, I roll dice in my dice stream. What's the question here? What were you thinking when you first heard about us? So you thought it was a joke, you were unsure, or you thought it was awesome? We could and possibly will try both paths, Shadow. Oh, you were asking to flip a coin. I rolled a d4, or the equivalent of rolling tails on a coin. I will be trying both paths, Shadow, but we will not be doing both right now. If you start to hear some clattering in the background, maybe a bell ring, that would be my cat. It's her dinner time. It's past her, early for her dinner time. Brainwashing them. Alright, so you said to flip a coin. I was assuming this was in the case of side with Justin or side with Shadow. That was unsure or awesome. But again, it's just whichever one you want, really. Alright, awesome it was. Sorry about the confusion, everyone, because we did spend more time than needed, really. I thought making a discovery like this was just awesome. Many people would love to have the opportunity I had by coming here. See, it's not so one-sided after all, so don't be surprised if some of us feel the same way. It's not just the discovery of new dragons we found, a portal to an entirely different world. We still haven't figured that one out. Neither have we. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. By the way, interesting selection of books you have here. Draconic Desire, X-Woman Sphere, are these yours? No, they were already here when I moved in. Have you read any of them? I did read Sheridan and the Scepter of Sovereignty. To be fair, we did actually read all of them back in Chapter 1. How do you like it? It was entertaining, but nothing special. Loved it, or it wasn't really my thing. Alright, see ya, Grant. Justin, I'm gonna have to poke at you again. Unless somebody else is in chat and wants to say anything. So, Shadow, Justin, Twin maybe? You don't know what the spell was about? Oh, the book. Oh, okay. Draconic Desire and the Ixoman Sphere. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to that one as well, Shadow, soon enough. Okay, let's just skip right back to the end. You loved it? Okay. What about you, Shadow? Just for a reference, the Ixelman Sphere was basically a user manual on how to turn on the Ixelman Sphere. And, oh, I should skip mode. The Draconic Desires was basically your... What is the word anyways? It was basically just a love book? Romance novel? Romance novel. Option 321. Yes. So, you loved it. I see. Oh, you've got Price and Prayer. You should totally read that one. And we did. You think so? Why is that? It's not just an interesting story, it's based on true events. The author is right to say that The author is so right when he says there's a lot we can learn from what happened back then. Yes, you're actually right there, Grant. We did read only part of it. As much as the game would actually let us read, because we have the achievements bookworm. Read a bunch of books. Right, so this one was interesting story. This is about Price of Prayer. I'm not sure it's my kind of book. Are we sure? But that's again, Price of Prayer. We'll check it out when we have the time, or it's hard for me to read anything nowadays. Yes, Shadow. Actually, let me see if I can just bring this up real quick. I'm just going to do this real quick, giving everyone a chance to answer if they're interested. Okay. Add in capture. What's this one? Okay, yeah, I actually do have these PDFs here for. This is 3.5 edition Book of the Dragons, and also Council of Worms. And so, third option, that's how I feel, alright. Second option, alright. Unless there's a deciding factor. That would be nice, thank you, Shadow. Alright, so the dice are so far saying, check it out when I have the time. Let me know when you do, I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say. Alright, since you asked about my family earlier, I'm going to do the same thing. Is there a Mr. or Mrs. Cabbage back home waiting for you? No, can't say there is. How about a potential Mr. or Mrs. Cabbage then? Are you looking to date anyone? Well, guys, are we looking to date anyone? Maybe? Yes? No? Shadow says yes. Grant, Justin, Quinn? Maybe? Alright. Got a split going. We have only, I do have the game 100%ed on my notebook. I have a fresh, clean install from Steam, so I sold the achievements there as well. On my main PC, that's where I'm streaming this from. It will take a few rounds to actually 100% everything because of, well, there are hidden achievements here. And I'm sure Grant knows exactly what these hidden achievements are, so just close that real quick. Shadow, yes. The thumbnail also suggests that we are looking to date someone as well. That also being said, and of being impressed is also that we are looking to date someone here. I suppose it is worth noting that it still says that Nadine is neutral right now. Alright, so only Shadow is suggesting yes right now, so yes, we are. Oh, that's a shame, you can't be with them now. Or are you talking about someone you met here? Well, is it someone we met here? I guess Shadow instantly would be yes. Maybe, yes, no. Alright, we have 2 for yes. Oh yeah, there's the yes, sorry. Alright. Yes. Oh my, look at that blush. Would it happen to be someone I know? Maybe, yes, no? Again, I believe that the only options are Remy, Emma, Lorem, Bryce, and Nadine. Alright, so maybe. Yeah, 2 for maybe, alright. Yeah, there are so many maybe yes no's. Alright, so we, I'm not even gonna have to ask Shadow because it's 2 to 3 so far. Well, who is it? I'm not sure how many questions that was, but I'm sure it's not your turn anymore. They do know each other. You did actually specifically miss the meeting in the cafe between Nadine and Anna. I'm pretty sure they do also know themselves, technically, before that. That's actually true, Grant. I don't think they know each other that well. I can't say any more without actually spoiling the ending. Are you even still playing this game? Well, you started it. Just having fun, and sorry, gotta play by the rules. Alright guys, are we just having fun? She did technically start it. Or are we playing by the rules? Having some fun? Okay. I am having fun myself. I hope the stream is. I assume the stream is, or I would have 500 viewers. Fun? Alright. 2 for fun. You and me both. Grant. Yeah, totally not the, was that long last sister cousin? Yes, I am generally always having fun. You know, why don't we make this a little more interesting while we're at it? What do you suggest? Truth or dare? What's that? We continue asking questions, but if one of us doesn't want to answer the question, we have to do something the other person tells us to. I don't even know what kind of dare I would make you do. It could be something that would make me uncomfortable, or something you'd like to see me do. Anything? Well, keep in mind that revenge might be coming quicker than you think, so don't ask someone for anything you wouldn't do yourself. Got it. So, who's first? You asked the last few questions, so it's only fair if I start. Rolling the eyes, alright. Which part of your body is the most ticklish? What's your most guarded secret? Or what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you? Oh yeah, there is an achievement coming way later on too, in this. So for a small fee, Justin, which part of her body is most ticklish? What's her most guarded secret? What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened? What do we want to know? I can even ask this for free, let alone the fee. Third option. Okay. Let me think. There was this one time when I was still a teenager. I was messing around and wanted to try out a new flying maneuver, a barrel roll. Needless to say, it ended badly. I guess you didn't succeed then. No, the roll itself went fine, but I lost control after that, I plunged right into the ground. Oh, were you hurt? No, luckily I wasn't too high when I did it. And there was a great puddle of mud on the ground right where I landed. Of course, all my friends were there to see it. That wasn't enough to stop you from ever trying again? Oh, if anything, it only made me want to try harder. Since it's my turn now, what is your greatest wish? Is YouTube's greatest wish world peace? To be the very best like no one ever was? Pokemon. Or to be rich? Sorry guys, I didn't read the chat until just now. All the memes. That being said, be the best like no one ever was. I like Pokemon too. I remember the first season theme song, literally be the best like no one ever was. Yes, number 2. Everyone here is a Pokemon fan. There are so many memes in this game. That seems to be a very personal wish, Cabbage. Oh sure, Justin. That emoji totally wasn't a number 2. Okay, my turn. What would you do if you were invisible for a day? Are you scared of dying? What do you think your... This one. What do you think is your biggest flaw? No, sorry. You could also interpret that as literally 2. But... Sorry, Justin. It was still a 2 to 1. Well, 3 to 1 even would be. Biggest flaw. Oh yeah, this is the one for the achievement, isn't it? So, if you're invisible for a day, biggest flaw, I think this is the achievement if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay, so I can roll for this one. Alright. Yeah, I'm just wondering if, yeah, Justin, please answer. We need to know. Alright, so, not a 3-way. Physical flaw. Well, I wouldn't really call it a flaw, but if I could change one thing, it would probably be these stripes on my muzzle. I don't like them very much. Do we think they're cute? Do we agree with her? Or, I'm not sure I'd agree with that. just as a recap itself, she does not like them very much. So again, are the stripes that she does not like very much cute? Do we agree with them? Or just disagree that she doesn't like? How do we exactly disagree with the fact that she doesn't like them? Okay. But yeah, I'm just asking you, YouTube, while I'm rambling on to myself. Justin agrees. I think I distinctly remembered Justin specifically picking options that seemed like it would kind of piss off Anna, basically, when we were back in the cafe, something. I'm just curious if Justin actually is trying to anger Dean right now, basically. So, Shadow, are you also saying to agree with Nadim? I'm very surprised by your options right now. I am legitimately just surprised. Wow. Okay, I am so surprised that everybody seems to be saying I agree with you. Okay. I know they aren't pretty, but you don't have to repeat what I just said, okay? Okay, wow, okay, I'm sorry, I'm so shocked at YouTube right now. If you knew the world was about... Oops, sorry, if you knew the world was about to end, what would you do? Would we enjoy life to the fullest until the very last moment? Say my last goodbyes and hope for the best? Stay outside and watch it unfold before my eyes? Or hide in a bunker deep underground? I was exactly thinking that, and I thought you guys were gonna pick the stripes are cute. Alright, so Justin is going to enjoy life, yes. Shadow, Grant? Alright, so another enjoy life. I guess I could just pick enjoy life. 2 to 1. Going out with a bang, huh? If you would come back with me to my world right now, would you do it? What's your biggest regret? And if you kiss me, if I asked you to kiss me, sorry, would you do it? Biggest regret? Oh yeah, I think this is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the achievement, isn't it? Your massive plan, Grant, what was that? Alright, if I recall right. Alright, I'm kind of glad that you said that for the safety of if this is an achievement or not. So, what's your biggest regret? Oh my. I think it might be time for a hair now. Alright, remove your headgear. Just that? That's not very hard. I thought I'd go easy on you since it's your first time and all. I see. Achievement. There. Satisfied? Definitely. Just the way it's... Definitely. You got a dean to remove her headgear. And, achievements, where is it? Here it is. Disrobement. As if that wasn't any more of an indication of achievement. do we want to see what happens with the kiss me? Yes! We need censorship! Alright. Alright, so, those you have met here so far, who is the one you fancy the most? I think I'll take a dare for this one. Oh, finally? What am I going to have you do? Whatever you like. No, I honestly have no idea. Take your time. Yes, I'll censor her with Justin. I don't think I have an image ready built, so I'll have to do this some other time. Sorry, Justin. Can't censor Adine's head right now. Unless... Here we go. Censored. Alright, let me think a minute. Let me just get that back out of the way. Oh, looks like it's getting late. Wait, what time is it? Whoops, seems like I've been here longer than I thought. I probably should be going now. Seems like the rain has stopped too. Yeah, that's great. You know, if you want me to come over again, why don't you order you don't have to order anything to do it. Here's my private number. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. Bye. Congratulations, everyone. Ooh. Gosh. Ooh. Yeah. Chapter 3. Burn the private number? Just, why would you do that? Is that because Anna's been impressed with us? The morning sun declared the arrival of a new day and woke me from my vivid dreams. Memories of my home, enclosed within the towering perimeter wall raced through my head. The peaceful landscape outside the apartment window stood in defiance of those old thoughts. Rolling hills and blue sky were familiar to me now, and purity of the sight gave me hope. That's a good idea, let's check the status. Oh, come on guys, only a good status? You only got good with Laura, and Anna is surprisingly the one that's impressed. Both scenes. Impressed. Yes, we do also have the blood in the bottom right. Unfortunately, we are not going to use that until at least the 4th playthrough. Cabbage, please come with me. What's going on? You sound serious. The chief will explain everything once we arrive. Okay. Now let me just really quickly get the text. We should just be that. Spoilers from here on. Is that so, Grant? I hope it's not too bad, though, at least. So, I am going to wrap this up as soon as we're done talking here. But, again, congratulations, we have made it to Chapter 3. Hey, Chief, Cabbage is here. Thank you, Sebastian. You can deal with the situation here while I talk to Cabbage, alright? Of course. Cabbage, I've got some really bad news. Hi, Sam. glad you could join us for spoiler and cliffhanger, and that's about it. And next time, if you can actually get Twinny to hop on, for that matter, that would be great. Cabbage, I've got some really bad news. Well, what is it? You know Anna, right? I've met her, yes. How about her assistant? Can't say I have. Well, that's him. To be frank, Sam, everybody's dead. And actually, let me just see if we can get a screenshot of this. We need a screenshot for the Discord. Wait, this way I got a good screenshot, so I'm just getting that. I did not get a good screenshot. Okay, let me try that again. Here we go, screenshot with Steve. Here's more bad news. The blood we found on the first victim in town matches the DNA evidence on the second victim at the power facility. Furthermore, the weapon method appear to be the same across all three victims. That's going to be a big problem. Why is that? Because with these three murders, Reza now qualifies as a serial killer. We won't be able to keep this whole thing quiet for much longer. Higher authorities, including the Ministry, have in charge of the UFO visit. Yeah. Can't talk anymore, but it's a good thing this is ending. Higher authorities, including the Ministry in charge of the UFO visit, will know about this soon. I have no idea what will happen once they do. I'm not sure what to say to that. I don't want you to worry about you, but we can't be sure that these actions will be bad. Maybe I should just call it right here. Yes, the last 5 minutes, Nuju tries to take a picture and fails. Pretty sure I did finally get it though, because I was hitting Control F12 for shadow play, and that just wasn't quite working. Right, so I'm just gonna call it right here. I guess I'll read this real quick, but I'm gonna call it right here. That matter, I'll say. We will pick up again next week. That being said, the schedule should be normal again next week. I'll be doing this on Sunday, and what would that be? That would be Sunday, November 3rd. Final Fantasy VII will be tomorrow, a premiere, not live. Final Fantasy VII will again be live after that, November 2nd, Saturday. Same time. So, just to finish this up, I don't want to worry you, but we can be sure that actions will be taken soon. I've been considering the possibility for a while, and I think it might be best if you want to go back to your world for now. This way, we can take action before the Ministry does, before this all becomes public. Wait, we don't know what they'll do for now, or how the public will react. With everything going on, it's too dangerous for you to stay here. No. This would be the worst possible time for me to leave. We've given up our PDAs and hardly have anything to show for it. We are owed several more generators, and let's not forget that Reza is still missing. If I leave now, the only thing I return home with is my leg. I'll have lost everything else. We need those generators, Bryce. I have no idea if your authorities will continue to uphold our deal, or what they do to Reza, but I'm not leaving until this is over. If that's your decision, then so be it. Alright, I'll just actually make a save right there real quick. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. I certainly did. And we will see you guys again sort of tomorrow and next week. See you all then. Bye everyone. See you, Sam. See you, Justin, Grant, Shadow, Twin if he's still around. And, oh yeah, see you in Discord if you want to come hang out, chat, whatever.